Okay, and now back to the 3D printing. We tried the Raspberry Pi Zero, which is completely unsuitable apparently for use with Octoprint, but it actually worked okay for me, but obviously you can't connect a camera to it. It's just not powerful enough to, well, you can, but it's not going to work with Octoprint. So we've had to buy a Raspberry Pi 4. And we've actually gone for a kit from eBay. This was delivered by DHL next day, which was very nice. £129 I think it was. A bit worrying that the box is open, but perhaps this is not the box that it originally came in and the kit's just been made up. So we have the Raspberry Pi 4. It's a Model B with 4 gig of RAM. Element14.com. Strange thing is with these Raspberry Pis at the moment, if you go to Farnell, CPC, RS Components, nobody has got any stock. But if you go to eBay, there's a lot of people that seem to have them available, but these bigger suppliers don't, which seems a bit odd. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at this. Inside the box we have a thick card, and it's saying read the instructions, handle it carefully by the sides, don't subject it to extremes of temperature, watch the static discharge, don't know what that one is, and the address of raspberrypi.org. Even the Raspberry Pi shop, I can't remember the real name of it, had no stock whatsoever. And then we've just got instructions there in multiple languages. So we've got 2 USB 3s, 2 standard, 1 RJ45. We've got USB-C, and then the mini USB. And I don't know whether that's audio or what it is. Does this have audio? Is that a headphone socket or is it a power socket? It's probably a power socket. Also in the box we have a, looks like a, no, it's an HDMI to mini HDMI. So is that what that is? Oh, hang on, yeah, they're 2 HDMI ports. They are not USB. My mistake, they are 2 USB ports. And then we have a Raspberry Pi box in red and white. We have a micro SD card, 32 gig, that's a SanDisk, so no problems there. And then we have a USB-C power supply. Okay, that's interesting. So that is where, yeah, USB-C. I know this likes quite a lot of power, so it should be at least 2.5 amps hopefully. And it is 5 volts, 3 amps, 15 watts, so that seems absolutely fine. I'm wondering whether that is an audio out socket there. We'll just have a look at the instructions a little bit. So that is the kit. No problems with that. We've also bought a Bluetooth keyboard. This is a Targos one. I can't remember the price. It was not very much. Yeah, so it's basically on, and to connect with Bluetooth you just press the function and the little C, the Bluetooth symbol, and that will go into pairing mode, which is the flashing blue light there, and will pair with whatever is around. So it's okay. It's got a little keypad, sorry, a touchpad, but I found it to be a little bit flaky, to be honest. You can line up something, and as soon as you go and press it, the little mouse pointer jumps somewhere else very slightly. It's not the best, but I needed to get into my Pi Zero to type some things in, and this was the easiest way of doing it. Charging cable, and that's about that. There are a lot of Pi cameras around, and you can actually spend quite a lot of money for a 4K camera. But I thought we would try this basic Pi one first. It's absolutely tiny. I'll put all the links to these various things, so yeah, I'm sure there's a 3D case you can print for this as well. So that is the camera, tiny little 1080 camera. It's got the shorter lead. It's got that cable, which I have no idea why it's got that. That must be for a different board. And then we've got a really long lead, which is probably the one we'll be using. So that is that. And yeah, we're done with a quick look at that. We will be setting this up later or tomorrow, and then we'll be getting Octoprint running. Whether we connect it just to the N3 or to the CR10 Smart Pro as well, we'll see. But yeah.